Professor Zyxtal stood before the assembled students of the Galactic Academy's Xenobiology course, her crystalline appendages gesturing toward the holographic display. The image showed a towering mountain with rivers of molten rock cascading down its slopes, consuming everything in its path. And this, she announced with grave solemnity, is why Earth was classified as a death world. Their mountains quite literally bleed fire. The natives call them volcanoes. The class murmured in horror. A Thraxian student in the front row visibly shuddered, his scales rippling with distress. How did anything survive there? He whispered. Precisely my point, Zyxtal continued. Earth's geology is catastrophically unstable. These fire-bleeding mountains erupt without warning, spewing toxic gases and superheated rock that. A sound interrupted her lecture. It started as a snort, then escalated into full-blown laughter. Every head in the auditorium turned toward the back row, where the human exchange student, Marcus Chen, was doubled over, tears streaming down his face. I'm sorry, Marcus gasped between laughs, I'm so sorry, but, bleed fire? That's the most metal description of a volcano I've ever heard. Professor Zyxtal's bioluminescent patterns flickered with confusion. Mr. Chen, I fail to see the humor. Your homeworld's geological instability has claimed millions of lives throughout history. Marcus wiped his eyes and stood up, his laughter subsiding into a broad grin. You're not wrong, Professor, but you're making it sound way more dramatic than it is. Yeah, volcanoes are dangerous, but we've lived with them for millennia. We don't run screaming from them, we study them, predict them, and sometimes, we live right next to them. The class erupted in shocked chittering and whistles. My grandmother, Marcus continued, walking down the aisle, has a house 20 kilometers from Mount Fuji. One of the most famous volcanoes on Earth. She grows the best tomatoes in Japan in that volcanic soil. Zyxtal's appendages quivered. You cultivate food near these catastrophic events? Oh, absolutely. Volcanic soil is incredibly fertile. Some of our best wine regions are volcanic. Naples, one of our major cities, sits in the shadow of Mount Vesuvius, a volcano that literally buried an entire city 2,000 years ago. And you know what we did? We built another city right there. A Klendari student raised a tentacle. But surely you evacuate when they become active? Marcus shrugged. Sometimes. We have volcanologists who monitor them 24/7. When something big is coming, yeah, we evacuate. But mostly, we just adapt. We've built early warning systems, evacuation routes, even volcano tourism. People pay money to see them erupt from a safe distance. The classroom fell silent. Professor Zyxtal stared at the human, her worldview fundamentally challenged. Let me get this straight, she said slowly. Your species encounters mountains that, as you put it, bleed fire, and your response is to plant gardens, build cities, and charge admission? Marcus's grin widened. Professor, we didn't become the dominant species on Earth by running away from danger. We became dominant by looking at danger and asking, how can we make this work for us? He glanced at the hologram still displaying the erupting volcano. Besides, they don't bleed fire. That's magma. Completely different thing. Way cooler, actually. The human's laughter echoed through the auditorium once more, and Professor Zyxtal made a mental note to revise the entire curriculum on death world psychology.